What the heck is a food story? My name is Michelle Pettis, and I'm the author of Leaving Large, a Food Addict's Memoir, How I Won a 40-Year Battle Over Obesity. And here's the thing. For 40 years, I battled with my body. For 40 years, I was a yo-yo dieter. I suffered from cravings. I suffered from food addiction. I went on every diet that was out there. Well, most every diet. And it wasn't until I got in touch with my food stories that I was able to find lasting peace and get control over my body. So here's the thing. We are all we are all governed by our feelings for food. We eat what we like, right? But those feelings come from certain experiences, they come from certain events, come from certain memories around food. And it is those events, experience, and memories that determine how we respond to food. So that's our food story. Our food story, our food identity. How we respond is our food identity, and the stories, the memories, and events are the food stories. And what I figured out was that I could not separate the stories that I had created around food from the food itself. And that's where craving and addiction came in, right? And you think about it. You think about the times when you might eat a little bit more than you should, right? Whether it's a family holiday or family or vacation or you're out with friends, you end up eating more than what you might normally eat. Or you have a craving for something and you don't know where that craving is coming from. It's because you have a food story. You have a food story that is driving your desire for that food. And when I figured out how to tap into my food stories, the conscious food stories, the subconscious food story, the unconscious food stories, and unpack them, I was able to change how I manage food. I was able to change how I manage food, and I was able to change my weight. So my new book, Leaving Large, a Food Addict's Memoir, How I Won a 40-Year Battle Over Obesity, is about those food stories, about how I got it confused, about how my uncle didn't eat watermelon for 70 years because when he was a kid, he got a severe beating because my grandfather found out that he stole a watermelon. But his feelings around watermelon were so physical, so painful that he never ate watermelon for 70 years because of the memory that was associated with it. So you think about it. Think about foods that you just really love. Think about the memory that's associated with the food and just sit and wonder and think about it for yourself. Is it the food that you want or is it the memory that you crave? We'll do some more work on that and we'll talk about that more as I continue explaining how food stories drive our behavior and where they come from, why they're important. But what we're really trying to do is figure out why we eat what we eat. And as soon as we can raise our consciousness around that, we can send the scale in a different direction. So if you haven't had a chance, download a free chapter of my book, Leaving Large, a Food Addict's a Food Addict's Memoir, how I won a 40-year battle over obesity. You can check it out at www.leavinglarge.com. Thanks.